interesting. At the top of Memphis Wrestling last week, this came out on Sunday, didn't it? And there'll be another episode tomorrow, but at the top of last week's episode, out comes Tim Bosby, who I'm not sure... Well, I'm not sure whether he's a tweener, a good guy, a bad guy, a tough bad guy, a tough good guy. I don't know, and I don't think that Memphis know yet, and that's quite interesting. He does say that people have asked him about the Cobra Cup, and he wants to address why he hasn't cashed in the golden ticket. He's got a golden ticket. He really wants the Heritage title, but as he says, Simon now has the Heritage title, and he has a stipulation. I don't know why management have agreed this, I really don't. Every time he fights, it will be a no-rules match, as Dustin says. He's there with his lovely Maria this week. Dustin Starr says he's thrown the rule book out. Yeah, well, the management have to agree that, don't they? So what did he do? Go up to management and say, listen, I want to throw the rule book out. Yeah, no problem, that's all right. Whatever you want to do, Simon. Maybe they were too frightened and thought, we better not say anything to him. Do you think we should really... do you think we should be throwing the rule book out? Don't tell him. Yes, just say yes. Anyway, he says that, really, that stacks the cards against you, and he's already a really good champion and a big guy, so that would be negative odds in a match. See, that's interesting that he's saying that. It almost sounds like he's saying he can't beat him. But then he says, I will wait, and when the time is right, I will be your new champion. I suspect they are, because I think Simon is a transitional champion, isn't he? Clearly, you can't continue this for years and years. I suspect he will become Memphis Heritage champion, Tim Bosby, and I suspect this is going to be a new era, which I think will be really interesting. Now, it is a new era for the Junior Heritage title as well, because it's the first time that the first champion, and that's Colton Cage, which is brilliant. Here, he is facing Chris Lex, and I thought I heard it was for the number one contenders match or something like that, but it can't be, because Colton Cage won the match, or won the title, and so it can't be for number one contenders, can it? It's non-title. I don't know whether it's a proving ground situation, I presume so. You have to beat Colton Cage in order to be able to beat Colton Cage. It's a bit weird, because you've already beaten him once, but by then, it's a real champion's advantage, isn't it? Because you beat him, but by then he's already been able to scout you and fight you, so he'll know about you. It's a bit weird, but anyway, it ain't bad, you know. Bradley and Mama Money are out. Looks like they got together, folks. Maybe he gave her a Whopper, and no, in McDonald's. Is that a McDonald's thing? It is, isn't it? Or, you know, I don't know. And then is that a Burger King or Whopper? Anyway, maybe they got together. They seem to have got together. Bradley is there to provide distraction, it seems to me. And he's scouting the champion. Because, of course, he was the number one contender, but he lost that. So there are shots traded in the ring. There is a punchline from Colton Cage. Not a punch, not a clothesline, a punchline. An enziguri and the cold-hearted cutter, which Bradley admits is impressive, and he gets the pin there. They then chat. Bradley says he's coming for the belt. Colton trash talks him. Mama Money then hits Colton from the back, and Bradley beats him up a bit before CJ Blaine comes out, because he's got previous with CJ Money and Mama, hasn't he? And Jake Brewer's reporting. It's like Sean Mooney in the kind of late 80s and early 90s days of WWF, telling us what's happening next week, folks, telling us what's coming up. And anyway, we've got Special Forces, James and Jason versus, I can't remember what they're called, but they're Izzy Rotten and Daniel Nova. I mean, I've seen Daniel Nova in EPW, haven't we, out of Mississippi? The M's, the S's, the I's, the P's, the I's, the M's, the S's, yes. And it's extraordinary when, coming off the second rope, ostensibly, with a double axe handle, to the extended arm, James salutes before he does it. Turn hunt. And Rotten gets a punchline, not a punch, you know the deal. James then gets a lovely extended drop kick. There's a huge clothesline from Daniel Nova and a rotten sleeper. Jason then comes in, he gets the hot tag, takes them both on. James hits a rather travelling neckbreaker, which is lovely, and a slingshot moonsault off the second rope. For a pin, it wasn't bad at all. And neither was Nixie XS, running down Diana Taylor. She beat her last week, of course. But then, she's telling us that I've beaten everybody here. There's no one for me to beat. I'm going to take this belt and I will defend it wherever, which is great. It's a great idea. Been done before, but a great idea, I think. She also says that the top brass at Memphis are concentrating on washed-up superstars to pop this crowd. Well, that's an interesting thing to say, isn't it? Regarding guests. Liked it very much. I didn't like as much Gio versus Eli Knox. Now, I like both of them, but there's a Knox hip swivel to begin with. Gio replies with the shoulder shuffle, which allows Eli Knox to get some shots in on him. But Gio gets the arm drags, which Knox sells very well. Swinging neckbreaker for a 1.5 count, actually, from Gio. And then there's a DDT, which is lovely. Flattens him from Knox. He misses an elbow off the top. I mean, he stands up there for about half an hour, so it's not surprising. The shotgun drop kick from Gio is lovely, very extended. It looks like a leg lariat because he was a bit close to it. And then the Death Valley driver, the DVD for the pin, which is very nice. Now, the family are in the car park. They're taking over. They've told us this many times. They haven't taken over. Not like the Hollywood Clique did, or the Hollywood Clique did. They really did take over. They took those championship belts. They finagled it. Why are you telling us you've taken over when clearly you haven't, because you've got no belts in your arsenal? Have you, just in case? And Aaron Roberts and Zay Washington. You haven't, have you? They will be coming for the tag team titles. I mean, I would love that tag team back again, because the Young Goats were superb when they were together. But you ain't controlling anything. Nothing at all. Now, this is weird. Jay Webb, who has a problem with Wonderboy because he thinks that Wonderboy's hitting on his girlfriend, Makari Candy. Makari Candy's not his girlfriend, so it's all a bit messed up, isn't it? Even messier is that in their corner, in Wonderboy's corner, you've got Shocker, and then Gillberg. He's your guest this week, who smacks his head on the door and really hurts it. You know, in the Goldberg entrance. And I'd forgotten this. I don't know if this is recent or what, but he wrestles barefoot. So anyway, Wonderboy is your wrestler, though. He's facing Jay Webb, and he throws him down early on. Extraordinary. There is a Jay Webb choke, and then Makari Candy gets in to stop him choking Wonderboy, and he sort of pushes away, hits her, and in the kerfuffle, Gillberg hits a spear, and Wonderboy gets the pin. So, afterwards, Makari seemed to be with the Wonderboy shocker, and Gillberg corner. And why wouldn't you? It's fun, isn't it? But this is all a little bit weird, I think. I'm not really enjoying this angle. What I do enjoy is Tim Bosby in the ring. But at the head of the show made a big thing of, well, the main event is Bosby and we don't know who he's fighting. Well, it's Bobby Ford. Yeah, Bobby Ford, who's at Memphis Wrestling every week. He's not, though, is he? So, Bosby's not expected to lose this. However, he does bail early on, and Ford does a bit of cavorting in the ring. Oh, I cavort in the ring. There's some mat work, though. Bosby gets some takedowns. There is a forward crossbody and a headlock, which is worked. And Bosby wants a pin from a back elbow, which he doesn't get. Hard posting from Bosby, a delayed vertical suplex, a fall-away slam for a long 2 count. Ford's back with the neck breaker, but the ripcord clothesline gets Bosby the pin. And it was all about the Boss this week. It was a good episode, that. Snug, tight, nicely done. The angles worked, apart from that Makari Candy one, which I'm not very keen on, but I understand others are. And I really enjoyed it. There you go. another episode of Memphis enjoyed. I'm sure I will enjoy next week's just as much, because they are fabulous. Ta-ta.